We'll come back from recess at 11:18, back into regular session. And as I said before we went into recess, we're going to open up the second of two hearings on our fee ordinance. It's every year and a half that we do this.
Every 18 months, we're allowed to do this. This time around, we had 5 departments submit requests. We don't need to read those out. I will anyway. Fairgrounds,
Yep.
Community Justice, the Sheriff's Department. I guess I lied, there's only 4, and Public Health. So
Great.
we have done proper notice, and as you said, this is the second of 2 hearings.
Any comments on the ordinance from the public? Okay, we're going to leave it open until, help me remember, Denise, we'll end up leaving it open until the end of the meeting. We'll go right along. Public Health Contract Number 148017, Amendment 11. Yesterday, Beth came before us, Beth Hadley, the manager, the department head of Public Health. In a nutshell, the state, as she referred to it, was divvying out year-end money, you might say, and the amount to Lake County was a plus $403. It doesn't have any specific target area, and they've figured out where they'd like to spend that, so they'll be adding that to their budget in the amount of $403.
So I'll move to accept the 11th Amendment, Agreement Number 148017.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve the public health contract amendment number 11 in the amount of $403. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And at any time, as I'm going to move through this just for notice, our meeting, that I'm zipping too quick for anyone who wants explanations, please holler. Next up, Jake Greer, Community Justice Vehicle, RFQ recommendation. Jake?
As I presented yesterday, we submitted an RFQ, Ms. Forrest and I, to purchase a vehicle for a community service work program. Of the 3 businesses we contacted, we only received 1 quote in. So we're just asking the board to approve that quote so we can move forward. A good example of having a bigger vehicle would be today, ready to help show up for community service work. So we only carry 6 comfortably. Fortunately, we have planned to have another vehicle being used today because of the condition of our Suburban.
So I'll move to approve the quote that came in and the total amount, including of the rack, is $60,000 even. To Airport Chevrolet.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve the recommended RFQ for the 2017?
Yes.
2017 GMC 3500 van in the amount of $60,000. There were 3 quotes solicited, only 1 received from Airport Chevrolet. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. 2017 truck rental rates RFQ recommendation.
This is for the road department.
For the road department, yes.
Yeah, this came from the road department yesterday. It has 4 different local operators and their rates. Our road official would like for us to approve those rates, and he's able to use those as needed as the demand is out there. So I'll move to approve the 2017 RFQ truck rental rates, and for the record to show the names and the dollar amount. I'll read them all right now.
Okay. I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve for the road department the 2017 RFQ truck rental rates as presented. We have a list on both the dump truck 10-yard as well as the belly dump with attached rates. Mr. Bailey, you saw this?
Yes.
Yeah. It's all good? Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Denise, I gotta stop for just a second. We always ask for additions and
I
deletions.
know you forgot me.
I know. You wanna go ahead and get it on the record?
Sure, so we do
I'm
have
sorry.
3 additions and 1 deletion. The 3 additions are the change order request from the road department for the Dog Lake Lane project. And also from the road department, their surplus list recommendation. We also added the wolf depredation committee member recommendation. I just was able to be in touch with all of our members. And we deleted the OHB grant ATV purchase recommendation.
Thank you, I apologize for, you need to throw some down anyway.
I was going to, but there was too many
Too
witnesses.
many people that would have cheered you on.
And the camera.
Yeah, they would have cheered you on if you didn't do something.
They would have helped, it was
Yes.
sort of a riot.
Okay, Ann. Talk about resolutions.
So thank you for all you do.
Or don't do.
No, today's not easy, so again, thank you for you guys sitting up there. That's a lot to go through. And I believe we have Lake County's best
Thank you for
interests
that
at heart
comment.
always, so. We see it when we work with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So resolutions, we can go through these quick. We talked about them yesterday. 2016-08 is to allow for more capital expenditure in the capital improvement fund because of courthouse plumbing issues. We're reducing materials and services and increasing capital, so bottom line expenditures stay the same.
And I'll just make a quick statement on that. Dave's present. You know, the issues have been issues for years, and by doing this, we've actually did everything in our power to correct those permanently, as permanent as plumbing is, by putting in new lines and the state of the art of everything. This is not to do with, I'm saying that because of the camera. It's not patchwork, it's actually replace and make solid lines.
Well, and you have to go along, it minimizes the potential the best we can, and then there's other things that have been put into place. Dave has put aprons, I guess you call them, that
Yeah.
if there was to be, the jail get flooded or somebody plugging up a drain or whatever, there's other safeguards put in place also, but this should minimize.
If we have
Very small.
continuance with what we have, it's, yeah, we can fix it, but it's not a month later, we're having the same problem again, and it's just because it's all wore out, decapitated, or that word?
Yeah.
Dilapidated. Thank you. You know, so
I
it's.
felt that.
Yeah.
I can relate to it.
They're not dated, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's just, I think it's time, nothing we can do, we have to
Oh,
do it.
and totally agree, and the 100% guarantee that it won't leak is just what Commissioner Winter said. There's no 100% when it comes to
Right.
plumbing, particularly if it's above your head.
There's another third floor.
So I will move to accept resolution number 2016-08 in the matter of appropriations transfer, amount being $25,000.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution number 2016-08 in the matter of appropriations transfer, and that amount is $25,000. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
2016-09 is again in the matter of an appropriations transfer. This one is in the assessor's office. So Assessor Dave Knowles spoke to us yesterday about the timing of a Manitron support bill that will force us to pay 1.5 years worth of service in this fiscal year. Luckily, or not luckily, that's not the right word to use. He had savings in salaries due to staff changes there, so he was able to reduce salaries expenditures and increase materials and services. Again, no overall expenditure increase.
The good fortune is we don't have to go to contingency, we can do it within the fund.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So I'll make motion to, in the matter of appropriation transfer, accept, approve resolution number 2016-09, that amount being $30,000.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve in the matter of appropriations transfer resolution number 2016-09. And that is in the amount of $30,000, which is a decrease in salaries and an increase in materials and supplies. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Resolution number 2016-10 is in the matter of a contingency transfer. This will allow community corrections to purchase the van that, did we approve that just now? So this gives them the budget authority to do that. So we're gonna reduce contingency and increase capital purchase.
We want to state that that's the community corrections contingency, not general fund.
It is, this is all in this state-funded community corrections fund.
So I move to approve resolution number 2016-10 in the matter of contingency transfer, that amount being $50,000.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded in the matter of contingency transfer from state-funded community corrections, resolution number 2016-10 in the amount of $50,000. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
2016-11 is in the matter of unanticipated revenue. This is for the wolf depredation fund. Got a little additional money to help fund part of that program. So we're able to increase resources and also increase materials and services.
So I'll make a motion to accept resolution number 2016-11 in the matter of unanticipated revenue, that amount being $630.
I'll second it. In the matter of, it's been moved and seconded to approve in the matter of unanticipated revenue, resolution number 2016-11 in the amount of $630. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, wolf depredation grant agreement.
So this grant agreement is to confirm our award that we just received. We received $600 for the depredation that occurred in the Paisley area, and an additional $10,000 this year for depredation, or for, you know,
Prevention, or not?
prevention, there we go. Prevention is
I don't know
depredation.
if prevention is the right word.
Word left me, sorry. So it's for 1 year.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, I'm just checking to see if the color's coming back.
Keep replaying certain
I
dialogue.
know.
Going back to Wolf.
Yeah.
I'll move to approve the 2017 grant agreement number ODA-3969-GR-Lake, total amount being $10,600.
And I will second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve the 2017, and I think on the cover sheet, it's, if you don't mind, Commissioner, 2017-18.
Okay, I was just.
Yeah, I know, I was reading that too, and then I flipped to the front, so.
The 17-18 budget.
Grant agreement, grant number ODA-3969-GR-Lake in the amount of $10,600. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. State agreement, transit agreement.
So this is for the 2017-19 biennium, noting that we are receiving reduced funds across the board for all transit programs. Our reduction is down to $134,000 for state funding. The federal funding for our 5310 funds will follow.
Okay.
So I will move to accept the 2017-19 state transit agreement number 32009.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to accept the 2017 through 2019 state transit agreement 32009. And that amount, once again, is $134,000. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, change order, Dog Lake Lane. Mr. Bailey, we talked about this yesterday. I know Kevin had reached out to you on this.
No, that's correct. The original contract was put out to public bid and complied with all of the appropriate requirements. This is simply an extension of that same contract, so it doesn't have to go back out for public bid. Actually, it saves the county money by doing this.
Very good. And just as a comment on that, because it's, you know, it's always important when we look at this, and I'm really glad we were able to do this extension, because generally speaking, we could have expected expending more than $100,000 in addition by not being able to do this. So it's a great deal.
So I will move to accept the change order as presented.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to accept the change order for the Dog Lake Lane rehab as presented. Any other discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jim,
There is that.
are you, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, we very interested in the first part of our meeting. Good. Sorry to interrupt, Mr.
That's quite
Chairman.
all right.
This gentleman that just came in is Jim, Adams, ODOT Rel.
Hi, Jim.
One I met with earlier today. I just wanted to know if our legal counsel, anybody wanted to have any discussion at some point with him before we go to, we can take a break, and if there was
No, I
any
don't
need.
think so.
Okay, I just wanted, we had quite a lot of people in here this morning, and so I did disclose some violations and everything during public comment and everything. We had a lot of the Lake Railway employees and everything here, so I just,
We gathered that there was probably something because we were supposed to meet with them. They weren't there, and we just called, and it sounded like they were a bit upset.
okay.
Well,
They
just,
left as in the same condition they arrived.
yeah. Well, and for the record, it wasn't something Commissioner Winters wanted to share at that moment.
Yeah.
Didn't feel it was appropriate. They asked for it to share. So it wasn't like we were sitting here saying, well, guess what?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
thank you.
And I didn't mean to put you on the spot, you know, but anyways, and the board and everything, but thank you for coming today.
You bet.
No, I would say they're misinformed on several things, so when you have your discussions with them, don't be surprised.
Okay, I will. I'm glad that I stopped and talked to you.
Okay.
You don't have to stay, I just wanted to make the connection.
Good, thank
In case
you.
anybody had
Thanks.
any questions.
And that's why I wanted to stop, because I did hear that they did move with it. I wanted to make sure.
We were still alive.
blindsided.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item, road department surplus list recommendation. Quite a bit of discussion on this yesterday.
Oh, yes, let me come back to road department. I wanted you guys to at least put a face with you. Discussion was, asking for approval to surplus these items, so, follow the road officials' lead, that these are items his and his crew, say they no longer need, so, getting rid of some of the old things is appropriate. I have no problems, I don't need to do this by motion or consensus.
Well, I'm going to ask Mr. Bailey, did he share this with you in the process that he's using?
I didn't review the list here, but he asked me about how he would go about doing it, and so we discussed whether or not to do it by auction or sale of surplus property.
And he did say, just Commissioner, asking for the record, because you brought it up, It sounds like there might be an item or two on here that get taken off after he does some checking around the other departments.
Yeah, I know one department, he reached out to one department for sure on one piece of equipment here, and they didn't see no need for it.
Okay.
So, I believe that Kevin just went right ahead and reached out, so.
Okay,
So I'll move to approve the list as presented.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to approve the list of items to be auctioned off as presented by the road superintendent. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Denise, our Wolf Deprivation Committee member recommendation.
So just as a follow-up to yesterday's discussion that Commissioner Winters had brought forward, we do have one open position on our depredation committee. Craig Foster is available to our committee as of May 1. He'll be retired from his current position. I did make contact with all but one of our committee members, and they were all very enthusiastic that we had that opportunity. So there you go.
So I'll move to appoint Craig Foster effective May 1 as the open position on the Wolf Depredation Committee representing the, I believe it's Wolf Advocate.
Correct.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded to appoint Craig Foster on May 1, 2017 to the Wolf Depredation Committee in appropriate committee slot. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We had department updates yesterday, and all of our department heads except for D have left.
Hearings to
He's-
local-
I don't know
Oh,
why.
yeah, he's the department head of calmness. So, public hearing, at this time, I will go ahead and recommend we close the hearing at 11:40. Any discussion by the board before we take action on that? I'll make a recommendation then that we approve the fee ordinance update as presented.
I'll second that motion with note that there has been no public input at this point.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the fee ordinance updates as presented. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have liaison updates on the agenda. Commissioner, did you have anything you want to talk about today before we go into legal updates?
Just, and everybody's very much aware, just continue to work on, it's not individual liaison, but work railroad issues. Met with ODOT Rail this morning, obviously, everybody knows that. Continue to work on that. That's probably a priority in my side right now.
Well, I'll say, I said it earlier, Commissioner, I didn't say it more direct, but you've heard me say this before, and I'll say it quickly, but what we're attempting to do on behalf of the community and the businesses and the rail line, our rail employees and the future businesses, we would not be in this positive state of getting to where we as a community need to get without you and what you've done. Legal counsel has been heavily involved, as well as many others, Dave, but with your leadership, because you clearly stated for the record that the liaison position is shared by all three, but the reality is you shouldn't take the brunt of any criticism, but you've taken the lead on all of the needed work that wouldn't have otherwise gotten done, so thank you.
Well, thank you for those comments, but we are a team, we're going to get there.
We are. That's up.
Thank you, very kind comments.
And I have nothing further for liaison updates beyond yesterday's stuff, so we'll go to legal updates for open session.
There are none. There is one for executive session.
Okay, and that'll be under
H.
Okay, so at this time, we will recess from our regular board meeting, and we will go into executive session under 192.6602H. Those remaining